Alright, this is Calibos, and we're playing Enigmatica 2. So, first off, I'm very proud of myself. I remembered to check before I started recording, and my microphone wasn't on, and I fixed that. So, like I said, very proud of myself. One of the other things that I have done is I have switched out the floor. Under this dirt floor is basically all stone, because at some point this is going to be cursed earth, and I'm worried about spreading. So everywhere where you see bricks here is all stuff that I have swapped out from dirt. Speaking of bricks, we now have a lot in there, and it's not because I'm making them, it's because the quarry is doing its thing. And then I have a pump out down there working with the quarry, and it's collecting stuff. So yeah, you can see that it's totally working, and you can see this thing here. This used to be part of a ziggurat, which is part of where I got all the bricks. And it is 100% gone except for the stairs over here, which I'm amused that there are like stairs in the stairs. I mean, it's kind of realistic, but you know, the amount of effort it would have been to like randomly build stuff like that in. So yeah, you can see that it is definitely doing its thing. And the pump is doing its thing too. In fact, I've actually had to come over and adjust the pump slightly. More of this, more crystal. Yeah, I've had to come over and adjust the pump slightly because it was collecting things. So like, I got lava, quicksand, yeah. So to stabilize redstone, which we had 1,000 before, now we have 5,000. Lava, which you can see we're now pumping lava through. So this picks it up pretty quick, and it goes into the lava drum. And what I'm probably going to do is make an ender tank that pulls from this drum so that we can have lava where we want it on demand. Sounds pretty cool, right? Water, of course. I'm probably going to avoid the water. This is liquid mana from the wizardry mod. This is oil. So we're picking up all sorts of stuff. And every once in a while, I'm just checking to see whether, you know, this has a problem, and then coming to fix it. I've told it to stop. So this hourglass, you see it says, if the operation is not possible, wait on the current position. That way, when it gets stuck, I can just, you know, catch up with it, and it waits for me wherever it is, and I can fix the problem, usually by adding more drums and some more of the ender fluid conduits. In fact, I should probably make some more drums, I think. Drum. So, yeah, I'm nearly out of drums. I don't think that there's too many more fluids that we're going to be making. But, you know, I guess you never know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that should give us all of the drums that we're going to need later. Oh, we're out of demon ingots. Yeah. Can't talk. So, that's pretty much where we are. And what I've been doing. So I did some research. So you'll notice that, and I've been killing some things. You'll notice that my petty Tataric gem is kind of full. So, and so the sentient sword now does 7.5 attack damage. So it's based on how much will that we have in various containers. So I've done a little bit of research, so we can get a diamond, a lapis lazuli block, and a block of redstone. We'll do that now. So diamante, redstone, lapis. So we're gonna chuck that in here. So boom, boom, boom. And so the magic number is 60 for this. And now we have a larger gem. So there should be a way to combine these so that I know that there was a way to move the wheel over. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Hey, look, we could have a sentient shovel. I'm not sure that I want a shovel that can talk to me, but you know, whatever. So we can upgrade this to a common to Tark gem once we have imbued slates. I will have to look up to see what this is. I could not find it in any of the books, which super annoys me. So blood magic, blood magic, blood magic. Wizard Tark gem. Scroll that slightly to take that. So, rock crystals. Rock crystals are from astral sorcery, and we will get into that at some point. Ooh, resonant conversion kits. Those are cool. Check these. So I was using these to make arcane ash. Arcane ash. There we go. So I was using those to make these. So Hellfire Forge, you saw what I did with the other thing. Bone meal, coal, gunpowder, redstone. You actually saw me take the recipe out. And a little bit of the Tark gem. A little bit of the will from the gem, and it makes arcane ashes. So used to draw an alchemy circle. These are very important words because it took me 20 minutes to figure out how the heck to do that. So alchemy circles are apparently our friend, and not just an annoying extra step that an evil mod maker threw at us. So if we do this, we now have an alchemy array. Congratulations. Remember that thing I couldn't remember how to make? There it is. So each of the arcane ashes, you'll notice that it has damage on it now, can be used 20 times. So before I realized this, I made 3 of them because, you know, I over-prepare. So remember we were trying to make a divination thing, so we're going to take a blank slate and some redstone. Now, we have to put it in the right order. I'm not sure which order is the correct order, but that's okay, because I made some blank slates. So let's grab some redstone really quick. We'll grab 2, because we probably only need 2, at least for this. And we'll put a blank slate down, and then we'll do that. Didn't work, so we were doing it wrong. So let's put a redstone down. Oh, it changed. So that looks actually really cool. What's that? That looks familiar. And now it's doing spinning things. That? That actually looks really impressive. I like that. And boom, guess what we have? We have a divination sigil. So if we are whacking things with this divination sigil, so before, like if I didn't have this, I'm gonna put it temporarily right here. So if we look at this, it just tells us how much is in the altar, right? But if we take this out, now it tells us that it's a tier 2 altar, and it stores the 10,000, essence. So you'll notice that it is in fact a tier 2 altar. That is what these runes here do. So if I take one of these off, this is now a tier 1 altar. And give it a second, and tier 2. So the other thing that this is good for is if we click it in the air, it tells us that we have 5,000 essence in our wireless, blood storage. And if we do this, which was very kind of loud and annoying, so 5,000 is probably our cap. So I'm probably going to make more of these. I'm going to let's get some stone really quick. One of the benefits to having an internet connection in the game, right? Stone. So we have the runes. So we're just going to go boom, boom, like so. And that gives us blank runes. So we'll make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. So now we can simply do this. And this is how I'm building the altar. And we can look at this, and we now have a tier 2 blood altar over here. And we'll do the same thing over here. So for the most part, I'm just going to, on camera, just do one, and then show you what I'm doing different about the others. Because like I said, this is going to be the one where most of our blood is input into the system. So this will probably be our main crafting altar. And this is going to be our altar for the blood network. So we're, for the most part, orb. We're just going to have blood orb just sitting in there, soaking in the blood. And that's pretty much how it's going to work. So let's look at our quest book really quick. So we've got the divination sigil. Roll down, grab that. So now we need to work about rituals. So let us see what rituals are available. Okay, we're gonna go grab this spider really quick because, yeah, just, because we need to keep collecting will for a variety of things. Okay, arcane ash. This is totally me looking for arcane ash. We need to look at rituals. So this is a list of the various rituals that we want. So one of the rituals that we're looking for is going to be the one that harvests blood from mobs. And I'm trying to remember which one it is. Well of Suffering. We need the Well of Suffering. So 5 blocks horizontally and 10 blocks vertically. And I typically will just put it directly underneath. So to make the Well of Suffering, we're going to have to look at the various rituals and see. Now it doesn't... This is really annoying because it usually tells you what you need for it. That's fine though. We're going to need the Ritual Diviner. So this is great for story-wise, but wisdom, sticks, we'll need elemental inscription tools. Alright, so that at least is similar. So Master Ritual Stones and 8 Ritual Stones. So what do we need for a Master Ritual Stone? Master Ritual Stone. So we're going to need Ritual Stones, which are going to need Blood Orbs. So does this allow us to use the weak one? It does not. So let's make an Apprentice Blood Orb. So we're going to level up. So we're going to need a block of redstone. Now, at this point in our life, we're probably just going to need to start making 2 of them. So this is going to take 5,000. If we look at it with the divination sigil. Okay. So there was at one point a thing where it would tell you the percentage of the procedures that you could track it a little bit more easily. I'm wondering if that, there was definitely a previous version. I'm just wondering if that was something that they got. Oh, cool. So looking at the top left over here, you can see that it's a level 2 altar because it says so. So let's top off the altar a little bit. There we go. So now when we grab this, we'll grab this and start the next one. We can do that. And so when we look at our blood network, it's at 52. So you can see that our current maximum capacity has gone up for the blood network. Shields are taking forever to go. Alright, so now that we have this, that gives us the Apprentice Blood Orb. So now we need the Reinforced Slate, which is the level 2 slate. So we would basically take a slate and put it back into the altar. And hamburgers, go us. Stone. So that gives us a second one, which we also want to do. So the reason that I want a second one is, like I said, if we place one over here, we can begin pumping blood. Now, blood moves very slowly. The altars only move 20 millibuckets at a time. this is annoying. It is also fixable. So we're going to chuck those in there and watch them do their thing while we don't watch them. So in order to make a tier 3 blood altar, we pretty much do exactly what we do with the tier 1 blood altar. So how many runes do we have? Slate. Called slates. I knew that. I knew that. I did. Chuck that in there, and it doesn't really matter which one we do. They're basically the same. So we're going to need some glowstone also. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, sea lanterns. When did it switch to sea lanterns? Which prismarine do we have? We have a little prismarine. So let's go home to the storage and we'll make some prismarine shards because we can. And I think it crashed. Yep, surely did. So I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here since we're basically 3 minutes from the end of it. I'm going to try and get it running again. Well, it looks like it's starting up. We'll see if it actually makes it there. Yeah, we'll just call it here. And I'll get it running again. And I'm just going to assemble a couple more resources. I will set up automating stuff and do something with that guardian. Maybe I'll throw it around. And I'm going to see what we need to get into the Well of Suffering. I do believe that, at least in the previous versions, we had to get up to tier 3 or tier 4. So we're going to, I'm just going to produce a lot of slates. I'll look into the recipes if necessary. I'm going to, I'll make just a lot of slates for one of the altars so that we can have crafting and stuff like that. And then I'll make a bunch of the slates that we are going to be using, but I won't put them on an altar until you guys are watching, so you can watch me build the silly things. So yeah, that's basically the plan. I'll try to stick to it. I'm not very good with sticking to plans, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for coming. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you know better things that I could be doing or something you'd like to see, please go ahead and tell me in the message below, and I will respond. I think I've got a fairly decent track record of responding to comments. Unless your comment doesn't look like it needs a response, in which case I won't. But yeah, have a good night.